That's KOIN TV Channel 6, Portland, Vancouver, and it is time now for Newsroom 6, the Noon Report, Friday, January 12th, 1979. Here now, Peter Wiggins. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. That is what's happening on Newsroom 6 on this Friday, January 12th, 1979. Like the mythical Surface struggling to push his boulder uphill, utility companies in the Portland area Thursday fought a near losing battle with ice-caused power outages. However, late in the evening, the power companies make big strides in restoring power. Spokesman for both Portland General Electric Company and Pacific Power Light Company reported that efforts to restore power out in alone in some cases for more than 48 hours has lost ground during the day and ends. Ice and isolated tree branches continue to bring down power lines. Sometimes after service had been restored Thursday evening between the two companies, some 20,000 residents and businesses were losing power. At the same time, Pacific Northwest Bell Telephone Company repair crews were battling the same condition. Almost 6,400 customers were without phone service. Temperatures averaged just slightly above the freezing level in most areas Thursday, causing the thick ice left by the storm Tuesday night to fall short. Was it slowly? The National Weather Service, which itself was without power Thursday night, said the snow and rain fell and over the state Thursday would diminish during the night as the storm moves out. Some rain and freeze rain were expected in scattered areas. Around the Portland area, temperatures would be remaining cool with highs in the mid-30s. Lows Friday and Saturday expected to be in the upper 20s. And low 30s. Near flood conditions existed on some rivers on southern and southwestern Oregon as a result of heavy rains. Breakers reported 3.53 inches of rain Thursday, and late Wednesday, North Bend had 1.44 inches of Medford 1.31 inches. The Coquille River at Myrtle Point was to quest at flood stage Thursday night, but no problems were reported. People in the Portland metropolitan area generally had to make their way through the slush and its slowly melting ice on sidewalks and roads. Thursday, schools in Portland, Grisham, and Troutdale and Lake Oswego areas were closed for the third successive day. Lewis College left without power since Tuesday night will be closed Friday. Classes are expected to resume on Monday. Authorities issued warnings for mudslides in West Portland and flooding along Fairview Creek and Multnomah County. Steve Loy, spokesman for Portland General Electric, said Thursday evening that the company had 15,000 customers without power in the Portland area due to problems with feeder lines, major distribution lines that serve about 1,000 customers each. About 5,000 customers initially one lacked power because of individual problems with nearby transformers or lines into the homes. Another 3,300 customers in Gresham lacked power. However, Loy said that late Thursday night, the total Portland figure for homes without power was about 8,000. Friday morning crews would be assigned to mop up the remaining outages. Bruce Landry, another PG&E spokesman, said some crews had been working 30 hours straight until finally we're getting some rest Thursday morning. Now we are trying to get onto a relaxed 18-hour day, he said. PGE had more than 600 workers on repairs with extra crews on Thursday morning from the Eugene Water and Electric Board and more that day. Friday morning from Tacoma, Seattle City Light, and the Puget Sound Power and Light Company at Bellevue. The Seattle help was a result of an offer from Seattle Mayor Charles Boyer to Portland Mayor Neil Goldschmidt to provide help with the utility or public works crews. Leonard Bacon, spokesman for the PP&L, said Thursday night that the company had about 6,000 customers still without power because of the feeder line problems. Another 3,000 and 4,000 customers had individual problems that set off done on feeder lines that had been restored. 10 two-man crews would be devoted solely to restoring power to individual problems on Friday, he said. Spokesman for both PG&E and PP&L said that the utilities cannot repair outages if the customer is damaged to the point between the meter and the fuse box. If the pipe containing wires to the house is pulled away damaged, the customer will have to have a private electrical contractor to make repairs before the utility can restore power. The utilities have said that the customers should turn off all the lights except the one to serve notice that the power is restored. Thermostat should be turned down and water heater shut off at the fuse box if possible. They said that avoid a sudden, perhaps damage or drain on the system when power is restored. Residential customers should have a porch light on as repair crews that have restored service on a feeder line can see which houses still lack individual services. Dave Van Hill at Pacific Northwest Bell said the company had 400 people working on restoring phone service. They were carrying out sign pairs, but also picking up the problems seen along the way. He said the company plans to bring about 115 people from various points in Washington and another 50 from the Oregon points on Friday to help out the work. Some 1,100 customers had the service restored, he said. As for more problems, there's 80 north between Troutdale and Hood River was closed for 7 hours ending about 1 p.m. Thursday because of hazardous conditions. Thursday evening, as Oregon State Police reported the ice breaking up somewhat, however. Freeze rain was also reported up to about Multnomah Falls where snow was falling. Chains were recorded on Washington 14 along the Columbia River with thick ice on the Cape Horn area. Glare ice was also reported on Marine Drive and the 185th Avenue. The intersection of Skyline and Questel Roads on the west side had been blocked by a fallen tree. City and Baltimore County road crews were doing the same, sending on Thursday night and finding the continuing difficulty with the trees and wires on the roads. A city public works spokesman said residents should not call about trees and limbs that are not its immediate problem. A spokesman for Goldschmidt said the city had turned down the offer of help from Seattle for road crew work because city crews were handling an emergency situation quickly enough. In regard to the mudslide possibilities, Harvey Latham, the state emergency service director and administrator, said all we can do is warn homeowners that this is likely to happen. There's going to be a lot of vegetation, trees coming down.
Obviously, San Francisco, which led 6-0 early.
And this is Beverly Studia and her dog Fred stared for isolated trees Thursday as workmen fixing down power poles on Northeast 92nd Avenue near Sacramento Street. And Chuck Wasey will have the weather in a couple of minutes here on Newsroom 6. In Hong Kong, Deputy Prime Minister Yang Seri of Cambodia slipped out of this country Thursday afternoon and was taken by a Thai military helicopter from the border of Bangkok Airport, where he boarded a commercial airline to fly here. From Hong Kong Airport, he continued by road to China in the first statement by a Cambodian leader since the fall of Phnom Penh last Sunday. Yang Seri said in an interview during the flight here that the war would continue and he would win victory. The Deputy Prime Minister, who is in charge of foreign affairs, is in income. Considered to be of second in importance only to Prime Minister Pol Pot, said that the hatred of Cambodians for the Vietnamese was even greater than the Americans during the war. We appreciate very much the attitude of President Carter and his principles, said Yang Seri said, and commented on American confirmation of the Vietnamese invasion. He said, I thank you very much. Although Western analysts in Bangkok have reported that the Vietnamese army has captured the city of Siem Reap and near the temples of Angkor. Yang Seri said fighting was continuing not only there but also throughout the country, including all around Phnom Penh. Asked about the whereabouts of Prime Minister Pol Pot, Yang Seri declined to reply, but he added that he had seen him Thursday before leaving Cambodia. Although the Deputy Prime Minister refused. Later on said that we had spent Wednesday night. Informed sources reported that he had a large number of Cambodian officials, perhaps as many as 500, happened at the town of Sanfan, not far from the Thai border. He said that Pol Pot was in good health and very optimistic. He said that the Prime Minister intended to stay in Cambodia and then added for a moment. Yang Seri said that he was going to Peking on an urgent mission she described as very delicate. He said he expected to return to Cambodia when his mission was completed, but declined to say when this might be. In view of the fact that the government has no means of success by land at sea or air, except for the special permission of the Thai government, Seri is likely to make his way back into the present circumstances. We will find a way, he said. That Cambodian leader added that his wife, who was Minister of Social Welfare and Children, and remained beyond. Significantly, he said that they were in a liberated zone which during the last war designated by areas of the Cambodia occupied by the Khmer Rouge forces. Yang Seri said that he left Phnom Penh around 10 a.m. last Sunday, when about 2 hours before the city fell. He reported that there's been heavy fighting at city and Education Minister Yang Yat, who has accompanied him, added there were many dead, but Yang Seri said that the Cambodian army was far from defeated and many units remain intact. There's also the view of Western analysts who believe that the Vietnamese may have won the war, but it faces a very difficult and possibly long period of control and has gains especially into the government's abandonment of Phnom Penh. And every time Yang Seri said, what do you want? What do you think? When tanks arrive with cannon, why keep the town? Why say that we think it is normal to retreat before tanks, but the Vietnamese have taken all the towns. Cambodia's towns have nearly empty since the Pol Pot government had fallen its victory in 1935, drove the entire population in the countryside and jungle. The Deputy Prime Minister said Cambodia would continue to fight even though its army was heavily outnumbered and outgunned by the Vietnamese, who do not have this big army, but we have the people with us. He said, we will take the weapons we need from the Vietnamese, and aggression is never strong. In Washington, with higher costs for food and gasoline leading the way, wholesale prices rose by 0.8% in December, ending the year at the double-digit inflationary price. The Department of Labor reported Thursday. For all 1978, wholesale prices jumped by 9.1%, the biggest increase in 5 years and well above the 1967 and advanced at 6.6%. Rising costs of food, along with the gasoline and machinery, kept the inflationary momentum going last month, crushed earlier hopes of the Carter administration for tapering out of the price spiral in late 1978. Wholesale price figure measuring and change in the prices paid to the producer for goods, semi-finished and finished goods is important in an environment of high inflation sensitive with singles high retail prices and consumers for the future. We had a very bad price news elsewhere that Randy Onis, chief economist for the Office of Management and Budget total reported food prices just killed us. This time's 0.8% increase was the same in November and about average up by the price for
I need a real lawyer who can get me maximum benefits.
months. If projected and raised, the
And there could be money the insurance
rate would be 10% over the projected entire year. Administration officials now believe that the inflation will continue and check for at least the first half of the 1979 before measures are devised by President Carter can start to tame it. Reflection to the serious nature of the problem in the Senate Banking Committee Tuesday and Thursday and issued an extraordinary call for another year of the tight money policy to help curb resin prices and defend it all aboard. The principal objective of the monetary policy during the 1979 should be the slowing down of inflation. The 15-member committee sent a report with only 2 members, Senator Harrison A. Williams Jr., Democrat of New Jersey, Paul S. Sabanis, Democrat of Maryland, dissenting. Normally, members of the Senate are supposed to strict restraint by the Federal Government Reserve and the Federal Reserve on the growth of the money supply and the grants that it would be reduced the rate of economic expansion. The committee majority, however, said strong measures are needed now in order to lay the groundwork for an orderly and steady expansion and production in the years ahead. The panel said that the restraint should continue in the next 12 months until major progress had been achieved in reversing the speed up inflation of
Journalists with the source.
that occurred in 1978. The Department of Labor's report showed that wholesale food prices rose by 0.9% last month, while refinery prices of gasoline jumped by 4%. Wholesale prices for the beef and veal, poultry, fresh fruits and vegetables, dairy products, and candy prices went up, while prices for pork, eggs, refined sugar, and tobacco products declined. Substantial increases were posted for home heating oil, machine tools, motor trucks, and office furniture. A federal judge in San Francisco found 8 defendants in Oregon law just marijuana smuggling case guilty Thursday of 1 to 3 criminal charges each. The verdicts by U.S. District Court Judge Samuel Conti will expose the men all from outside Oregon in maximum sentences of 5 to 15 years in prison plus fines of $15,000 to $45,000 living in the verdict. Conti remarked that they say that any small person could conclude from the evidence that the defendants had played a significant roles in a major drug operation. The 8 men were arrested following a Lancier raid on December 31st, 1967 at the Oceanside Farm near Bendon and Staten on the southwest Oregon coast, where high-grade Asian marijuana was being brought ashore. An amphibious craft brought a 147-foot ship, more than 17,000 pounds of marijuana were seized. The defendants have been free on $50,000 bail after posting 10% of that amount. Conti immediately revoked the bail after the guilty findings and set a new figure for $150,000 in cash and a corporate security. He ordered the U.S. Marshal to take the man into the custody. The defendants were charged with for 5 or 6 counts as 11 counts planning conspiracy and damage. Just before trial last week, however, they agreed to waive a jury trial and submit from 1 to 3 counts each county for trial. Government prosecutors agreed that it would be moved to dismiss the remaining counts at the time of the sentencing. Found guilty of conspiracy to possess marijuana, who intended to distribute it, conspiracy to import marijuana in a possession with intent to distribute it. Marijuana was Rafael Allen, 35, Senator Barbara, California. Convicted of the possession and contributed counts were Kevin Kerr, 30, of Preston, New Jersey, Derek Sherman, 24, and Spencer Sherman, 26, of both of North Caldwell, New Jersey, the Gary 3, 27 in Harrisburg, California, and Peter Divinator, 27 of Santa Barbara, California, found guilty on the only possession count were William P. Colander, 30, of Bear Lake, California, and Jolie Magamicchio, 29, of Novato, California. Conti's scheduled sentence for June 26, however, said that he wants to be arrested as soon as possible and sentenced as soon as possible, and the judge said he would try to honor that request. The defendants, as part of the arrangements agreed to before trial began, promised that they would meet with the prosecution after trial and make statements regarding principal issues by only persons of then. Defendants in a smuggling case, 17 persons were arrested and indicted following the raid at Benton. All 17 pleaded guilty to various charges last July, but 12 subsequently were allowed to withdraw those pleas. 4 of the 12 defendants started for trial last weekend failed to appear being sought as features were bail and bench warrants and $150,000 in cash for the 5 defendants who chose not to retract their guilty pleas last summer testified as government witnesses at the trial. In Washington, Marvin Mandel political corruption conviction was overturned by the 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals Thursday, declaring that the way for the suspended Maryland governor to return to office for 6 days remaining in his term, shortly after the appeals court released a decision late Thursday ordering that the case be retried. Mendel was automatically suspended when he was sentenced in October 1977, and they didn't know whether he would move back to the chief executive office. Right now, I'm still excited to think about it with all the phone calls, the friends, people who have been calling us and wishing us well, Mendel said. Mendel was convicted on August 23, 1977 of using office of a personal profit and corruption scheme with a 5 other men. The appeals court also reversed convictions of Mendel's 5 co-defendants, Irvin Covens, Harry W. Rogers III, Wilmay Rogers, W. Dale S., and Ernest N. Corey Jr. With the exception of Corey, the men are intimate friends of Mendel were political powers in Maryland. Okay, stock markets. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 291.11, up 6.94 points.
But how's money? He said, give me some of this. I'm ready to play.
Man, I agree with you, Jimmy, because I don't care how great of a player you are. When everybody talks about your failures, you hear it all week. If you're not careful, you'll let this.
Stock markets index market up 10 cents. Index 5542 up 0.19 cents.
We still got another half of the NFC division.
Industrial 695 up 7800
Should be that.
of a cent. Transport 4334 up 11 cents. Utility 3339 down 11 cents. And finance 5749 up 16 cents. New York Most Texas stocks Polaroid up 2 3/8 to 55 and 1/4. Penn Central 6.5 close unchanged. McGraw Hill 32 3/8 close up 2. Holiday Inn 18.5 down 1/18. Merck Company up 17 to the close, up 2 the price active. Texaco Incorporated 24.25, the close up a quarter. Minnesota Manufacturing 6.5 up 3/4. Sears Roebuck Company 21.25 up 3/4. Boeing 77.38 to the close, up 2 3/8. Bally Manufacturing 51 3/8, the close up 2 1/8. CNA Financial 12 3/8 up 1. Xerox Corporation 59 1/8 up 2 3/8. Kmart 23 1/4 up, now down 3/8. And UV Index 23 1/4 up 1/2. And Scott Paper 16 3/4 up 1. In sports, the road rules for the Trailblazers continued last night as they followed the Detroit Pistons in Detroit 109 to 101. Tonight they'll be in Boston for a date with the Boston Celtics. Here
This season,
tonight, the Oregon State Beavers will be at
I've seen my
Beaverton taking on Arizona State. Sun Devils, while the Oregon Ducks will be at Eugene taking on the Arizona Wildcats. University of Portland will be at Santa Clara, while the Portland
America loved your story, and you and your boy.
Buccaneers, Portland will be up in Calgary. Okay, I'll have the weather after this commercial break. Only one cutback lets you pass so many gas pumps and so much luxury. This is the 1979 AMC Concord DL Beast EPA estimated gasoline mileage, 20 luxury features at no extra cost. You'll get these 20 luxury features. Number 1, individual recliner seats and crush filler. Number 2, electronic quartz digital clock. Number 3, Landau vinyl roof. Number 4, walnut barrel wood grain instrument panel overlay. Number 5, white wall tires. Number 6, extra quantum insulation. Number 7, wood grain extended custom steering wheels. Number 8, color keyed full wheel covers. Number 9, front disc brakes. Number 10, front and rear bumper guards. Number 11, smooth and quiet ride. Number 12, instrument panel package and shelf. And number 13, 22 estimated miles per gallon in city and 32 highway estimate. Number 14, trunk carpeted and covered with spare tires. Number 15, custom door trim panels. Number 16, inside hood release. Number 17, custom headliner and survivors. Number 18, courtesy lights. Number 19, high pressure compact spare tire. And number 20, the AMC buyer protection plan with the only full 12,000 mile 12-month warranty offered by any other car maker. Includes a provision for a loaner car and a special trip in registration protection at $4,340. The price for the Concord DL2 door. Destination charges, dealer prep, and state and local taxes and options extra. You get the AMC Concord Sear Beaverton AMC Jeep at 10600 Southwest Canyon Road in Beaverton at 646-5111.
3D print is revolutionizing the way we make things. Spare parts for planes, cars, medical devices, tools, utensils, prosthetic limbs, prosthetic hands, you name it, 3D printers are creating. At New England Tech, we're teaching our students to work with this incredible technology. Because 3D printing is a once-in-a-generation breakthrough that is fundamentally changing the world. And that's what we're empowering our students to do. This is my contour, and it perfectly fits everything I need.
I can watch all my favorite shows.
Anytime I want. It can record 6 shows at once and store 1,000. It's like having my own personal playlist.
Now, all the things I like.
Okay, on to the coin weather, and here now is Chuck Weesey. Take it away, Chuck. Okay, thank Vader. Right now, our current conditions at 11:30 reports at 35 at Portland International Airport at PDX. It's 31 out in Trenton, 35 in Astoria, 40 out in Newport, 46 in North Bend, 40 out in Salem, 38 out in Eugene. It's 43 down in Roseburg, 33 out in Medford, 34 in Clement Falls, 27 in Bend, 20 out in the Dalles, 22 out in Walla Walla, 28 out in LeGrand, 30 out in Ontario, Oregon. It's 33 out in Walla Walla, 24 out in Lewiston, Idaho, and Muscat, Idaho. It's 21 out in Spokane, 24 in Yakima, 25 in Wenatchee, 23 out in Ephrata, 20 in Moses Lake, 33 out in Toledo, Washington, 38 out in Olympia, 39 in Tacoma, 43 out in Seattle, Tacoma, 40 in Seattle, Bourne, 39 in Everett, Washington, 39 in Bellingham, 43 out in Victoria, British Columbia, 32 in Vancouver. Okay, let's take a look at our map situation around the country. It shows a line of rain showers for the forecasted for the Northern California, Northwest Nevada. It's stretching up the Western Oregon and Washington coastlines here, and it's bound for much of the mid-section of the country with snowy conditions from the Great Lakes and stretching down to Western New York and Western Pennsylvania, while rain showers in the Ohio Valley from Southern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio stretching and down through West Virginia and down to the Carolinas and down through Southern Georgia and down through Northern Florida and down to the Gulf States. Low pressure centered and out in eastern New Mexico, and this is a station event that bringing some snowy conditions from Nebraska and South Dakota, stretching down up into Montana and on into Wyoming here.
Go to itunes.com/NFL.
Okay, let's take a look at our forecast for Portland, Vancouver. Mostly foggy Friday through Saturday. Chance of showers locally and freezing rain in the extreme east. Lows nights in the upper 20s, the low 30s. Highs today, mid 30s, and tomorrow's high will be about 35. East wind about 5 to 50 miles per hour, up to 25 miles per hour. East Multnomah County, chance of measurable rain near 40% through Friday. For Oregon coast, small craft advisory, cloudy and foggy with a few showers Friday and Saturday. Highs 45 and 50 degrees, lows 35 to 40 degrees. West to northwestern winds about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Local seas about 3 to 6 feet. Long ocean swells westerly at 6 to 10 feet. Oregon Cascades, high available avalanche hazard in mountain area outside developed skiers. Snow showers Friday and Saturday. Snow line 5,000 feet. Favorable winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Western Oregon, mostly cloudy skies and foggy skies with a Friday and Saturday with a highs around the mid 40s, down low 50s and lows mid 30s and low 40s with a chance of showers. For Eastern Oregon, cloudy with snow showers Friday and Saturday. Highs 30s and 40s, lows 20 and 30 degrees, locally in teens. For Western Oregon, periods of rain Sunday and through Tuesday. Highs 40s and 50s and lows 30s and 40s. Eastern Oregon, periods of snow mainly Sunday and Monday. For Tuesday, highs 20s and 30s, lows and 10, 20, locally colder.
Keep that fair.
And particle index average is missing, and range of stage at Portland. High 6.7 at 4 p.m. Wednesday, low at 3.7 at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Forecast heavy weather front stretching across southwest Oregon has brought moderate to heavy rainfall to the area. Rivers of reach active sharply and flood stages are expected to reach on the Coquille River Friday near Bankville. Stages also will occur on the Umpqua River. The World River will experience moderate rises. Freeze level 49 feet at Salem and 72 feet in Medford. Sunset 4:50 p.m. and high tide in the northern beaches 11:38 in which was about 15 minutes ago, and low tide 6:33 p.m. And that's weather. And that is going to be it for Newsroom 6, the noon report for this, January the 12th, 1979 on a Friday. I'm Peter Wiggins alongside Chuck Weesey. We have a good evening coming next on Channel 6 will be the Y'all Couple. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye for now. Here.